Northern California, 2018 is Columbus Day. And it was a typical work day for me, and I went to work, and I had to go to the next county over to pick up some building permits. So I figured I'd pick up my wife's staff and go over and have lunch out. And kill a couple of birds with one stone. And it was very nice, bright sunny day. Coming on the way home, it happened. My left side went dead. Had a hard ringing in my ears. Couldn't move my leg. Couldn't stand up. I was driving a car. So I managed to get off the road, and I couldn't get out of the car to walk over to the passenger side. I had to pick myself up, pull myself up over the console. Steph brought me to the hospital. 24 hours later, the verdict was in. DIA, mini stroke. And so, it happens to be artery blockage right behind my eyes, so surgery is not an option. So my options are diet, exercise, or death. It's always something. So I was just getting used to the fact that this is my new reality. And then, almost to the day, a month later, the campfire happened. Steph and I had gone into the grocery store that morning, and we pulled into the parking lot, and there's a couple dozen CAL FIRE trucks. You see CAL FIRE trucks in California everywhere. But when you see this many trucks and this much personnel, something's up. Didn't know what was happening. Went into the store, and we talked about fire, and then it started up in Paradise, and just outside of Paradise. Now, this is the campfire. So let's get some facts about the campfire that we found out later. The campfire, which to date is the largest fire in California, it burned 240 square miles, decimated 18,000 structures plus, killed 85 people, and took out, destroyed 95% of the town of Paradise. And it did this all within the first 4 hours of its burning. This thing was moving fast. Now understand, this is November 8th. Hadn't rained in California for about 5 months. Things were tender dry, and the winds were up, 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, and they're all over the place. Now, if you're a Californian, you are on edge with this kind of weather. It is just the way it is. And so this fire was moving fast. So fast, in fact, it said it was going about 35 miles. And just for reference, that's about 3 football fields a minute. That's how fast this thing was going. So it was really moving along. The sky filled up with smoke. It literally turned day into night. There's ash everywhere. It was quite a mess. Now, there are 2 ingress-egress roads that service Paradise to Chico. There are 27,000 people trying to get out of that area, and the roads were jammed. It was complete chaos. If you read the newspapers or saw any of the reports later on, it was pretty amazing. And the carnage was just something else. So, we went home. We were on the website for the Sheriff's Department, keeping track of things. They had us in zones, evacuation zones. Looked like we're going to be okay, because we're down on the valley floor. Valley floor is a lot different from the hills. So, keeping track of things all day long. We're okay, just okay. Sun went down. Thought things were calming down just a bit. Thought we were okay. So, we're getting relaxed for the night. Steph went to bed early. I sat down and had a little smoke. Yes, before you clutch your pearls. It is legal in California, and it is remarkably effective for a sleep aid. So I sat down playing my guitar, and about half an hour later, the text comes in from the Sheriff's Department. Get out now. Not mincing any words. Get out. So I go and grab Steph. Hey, let's get going. Went to get the animals. And we have 2 corgis. They're always up for a ride in the car. So those guys are easy to do. The other cat, Lewis the cat, no problem. She got into her crate. The problem was Butch. Butch is a male cat, big cat, and he fought me every inch of the way. And it ended up that he was under the bed, scratching and growling at me, and I had to leave him there. Now, here's the thing. We had to get out of there. The needs of the many, all that sort of thing. It just broke my heart that I was going to leave this cat there. And this cat, if the house went up, this cat was going to die a painful, lonely death. And that just tore me up. But it was more important to get the family out before anything else. So that's what we had to do. So we had 2 corgis, a cat, 2 adults, a bunch of stuff. And I packed the car a little bit earlier on in the day and into a 2010 Prius and hit the road. Now, understand that the smoke had obscured everything. It was thick as fog. So street lights were dim. Road signs, you could barely read them. Our basic barometer for finding out where we were was going on the road and the compass in the car. We eventually made it over to Corning. Found out after hitting about 4 or 5 hotels, there are no vacancies. Turned out there are no vacancies that night between the Oregon border and Sacramento, which is about 420 miles. So that was quite interesting. So, found a Walmart, went in, got a blanket, got some snacks, that sort of thing, and we ended up spending the night in the Prius in a well-lit Holiday Inn parking lot. And it was a lovely night. Woke up the next morning, and it was, the light of day actually. We felt a little more optimistic. We went to Starbucks, got some coffee, and headed back to the roadblock. See if we could get into our house. Wouldn't let us in for a few hours, and so we just hung around and waited. Finally, they let us in. Now, understand that the area that we're living in is all orchards. In Butte County, there's approximately 100,000 acres of walnuts, almonds, pistachios, that sort of thing. So that was our neighborhood. We had trees everywhere. Orchard was happening everywhere. Last mile coming up to our house, and we were very cautious. Now, understand that we were tired, we were exhausted, we were gritty from all the smoke, and you feel it in your teeth. It was just, you felt it in your lungs. People were coughing this stuff up for months later. So we pull up to the road where we turned in, and nothing. It hadn't touched. Found out that later on that they stopped the fire about 1/8 of a mile away from the house. It had jumped a 4-lane highway. It's a major north-south highway in California. It had jumped that highway, and it was into grassland, which is a lot easier to deal with than forests. And so we pulled in, everything was fine. Covered in ash. It was white, it was almost like a snowstorm. And opened the garage door, pulled the car into the garage. And it's a funny thing about living in California. You have a tendency after a while to address your pets as dude. Dude, what are you doing that for? So, pull into the garage, open my door, and Butch the cat was popping out the cat door. Butchie, dude! I went and picked him up and grabbed him and gave him a big scratch, and he kind of looked at me like, yeah, whatever. I could eat it. So we unloaded everybody, got into the house, sat down, and Steph and I just tired. We're just worn out, look at each other and realize this is the new normal. So Steph and I have lived in California for most of our lives, and these days we decided to move to North Carolina. Basically, the fire was the last straw. And these days, And I freak out. I don't freak out about much, but I don't freak out about, it's always something, but I don't freak out about fire. Thank you.